It's Monday, May 7, 2007. There are just 546 days left until the 2008 presidential election. Standing in today for Will, Chet Clem from The Onion.
It's noon on the East Coast, 9 a.m. on the West.
I'm Rob.
I'm Chet.
This is Political Lunch. Welcome back to Political Lunch. Standing in today for Will is Chet Clem, editorial manager from The Onion.
Thanks for having me.
Glad you're here.
Pleasure to be here.
So, you guys don't cover a whole lot of political stuff, do you?
We do quite a bit of political coverage. We don't get the same credit you guys do.
Well, what do you... All right, here's last week's. Area woman's entire day ruined by bangs.
I believe the Hillary story is the one I was referring to there.
Oh, Hillary Clinton threatened by black man. I'm guessing you're talking about Obama then.
Yeah, well, the news on Friday is that Obama has Secret Service protection very early in the campaign this year.
So he requested that, which is it's kind of a smooth move, really, because it really legitimates his whole campaign.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great move on his part.
I guess Edwards officially mentioned that he was not going to request it at all. And
well, I don't think the Secret Service can save Edwards from himself. So.
Very good point. Speaking of Secret Service protection, Clinton was apparently threatened by a white kid as well.
I heard about this down in Louisiana.
Yeah, the LSU student apparently made some threatening comments that seemed to indicate an attack was planned for Clinton's visit to Baton Rouge.
I'm sure it was just a joke, but not appropriate.
Baton Rouge blogger Jen Hernandez also points out some irony in the case. Take a look at bloggernews.net for her report.
Elsewhere in the South, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee raised his hand on Thursday to indicate that he does not believe in evolution.
CNN.com reports this quote from him: "I'm not sure what in the world that has to do with being President of the United States."
I think he knows damn well what it means. We should probably call him out on this.
Absolutely. Supreme Court appointments, education policy. This is not a simple debate in this country right now.
Not at all.
Now, one interesting story that came out, actually, which relates very much to what we're doing, is that CNN has announced that they will allow full access to their coverage of the New Hampshire debate, which is great. We're actually going to be there, in fact. Did you know that?
I heard you guys are going up to Manchester.
We're going up. We're throwing a party, too.
My home state.
Whew. And you know what? Zipcar, thank you for sending us up. Zipcar is supplying us with a ride, and they're going to be our first sponsor, as a matter of fact, taking us up to New Hampshire and then to D.C. for the other debate. So we're pretty psyched.
Fantastic.
Any chance you'll make it to the party?
I don't think so. I think I'll still be here in New York.
Say, if anyone's in Manchester and has a rough idea of where the best places to party would be, we need a bar that can handle a few hundred people, preferably on campus. Send us a line at parties@politicallunch.com.
You know, in Manchester, you may have only one bar to choose from.
Really? Ouch.
Well, in other news, Florida has gone against DNC requests and announced that they have moved their primary up.
Yeesh. That seems like kind of a bad move in the end. I mean, it creates a lot of drama, but it doesn't really... They're losing their delegates is essentially the story here. For more information on the implications of this for Florida, take a look at fl-cossacks.blogspot.com. Don't try and remember that. Just look at the bottom of the screen. You'll see the address. In other news, speaking of complicated primaries, the Republicans last week, there were 10 of them on stage.
It looked like the start of the Kentucky Derby up there.
It really did, didn't
incredible.
it? It's amazing. And, well, you know, McCain kind of stood out in some ways, although he didn't have a big impact. But he is making some noise online right now with a Google interview. Google does a series of interviews with people they find interesting.
What doesn't Google do these days?
That's a good point. Except, you know, they haven't bought us yet.
Not yet.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it. Hopefully. So anyway, you can take a look at McCain's interview. Hillary Clinton has done an interview now, and it's become one of the destinations.
Yeah, this presidential election really will be won or lost online.
I think so. I think this show is going to be hopefully a fundamental part of that.
Major force.
Keep our fingers crossed. Spread the word. By the way, before we go, I want to announce our contest in honor of Chet's presence here. We are going to give away a one-year subscription to The Onion.
To enter the contest, go to politicallunch.com and enter your answers to these questions in the comments section. Who was Nixon's first vice president? What state is he from? And why did he resign?
Meanwhile, I do want to note that this is not an endorsement or a sponsorship from The Onion. There's no official relationship here, and nobody related to the Onion or Political Lunch may enter the contest.
And if you don't win, you can still check us out online at www.theonion.com.
Thanks very much for joining us, and thanks to our guest host, Chet Clem, for joining us.
Had a blast. Thanks for having me.
I hope we'll see more of you down the road.
Absolutely.
And thank you all for watching. To stay informed, stay in touch, go to the RSS feed below and subscribe. And you can also find us at iTunes. Simply go to the iTunes store, enter Political Lunch in the search box. We'll come right up. Thanks again. We'll see you Wednesday. All right, I think that was all right.
Yeah.
Cool.